Good morning. It's June 7th, and we are in Acts chapter 5 now. And Peter and the apostles are preaching publicly in Jerusalem, even out in the temple courts. And this is starting to get under the skin of the Pharisees and the Sanhedrin in particular. And so they react violently against this. And this happens in verse 33. It says, when they, that's the Pharisees and the Sanhedrin, heard this, they were furious and wanted to put them to death. But a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a teacher of the law, who was honored by all the people, stood up in the Sanhedrin and ordered that the men be put outside for a little while. Then he addressed the Sanhedrin: Men of Israel, consider carefully what you intend to do to these men. Some time ago, Theudas appeared, claiming to be somebody, and about 400 men rallied to him. He was killed, all his followers were dispersed, and it all came to nothing. After him, Judas the Galilean appeared in the days of the census and led a band of people in revolt. He too was killed, and all his followers were scattered. Therefore, in the present case, I advise you, leave these men alone. Let them go. For if their purpose or activity is of human origin, it will fail. But if it is from God, you will not be able to stop these men. You will only find yourselves fighting against God. And I think this is a wise statement from Gamaliel. I think he probably, in his mind, has the idea that this will fall apart, just like all these other past events led to that kind of thing, is the followers being dispersed after time. And but he ends up being right that if it is of God, then you yourselves fighting against God will not accomplish anything. And that's what actually does happen, of course, in the book of Acts. It continues to expand. This is starting to be the beginnings of the persecution that's going to come on the church, first of all, from the inside, that is, from the other Jews, and then eventually from the outside as well. And it's going to cause them to be dispersed throughout all of the region of Judea and eventually to Samaria and then to the ends of the earth because of this persecution that's about to come on them. So God causes these things to work for his glory in the expansion of his kingdom, and just according to his plan, as he has revealed even at the beginning of Acts, to spread the gospel to those ever widening areas of influence. And so I think it's really good that every once in a while, even the opponents are able to see what God is doing and are able to step in and say, what can we do? If God is for this, then we're not going to be able to do anything to oppose it. So that's what history shows from that point, of course.